Well, the final warnings went out to towns all over New Jersey 10 years ago today, telling them it was time to evacuate before Superstorm Sandy slammed ashore. News 12 New Jersey's Jim Murdoch spoke with someone who captured those moments before and after the storm on film and joins us from the boardwalk with that story.
A day before the storm hit, we all knew it was coming. The computer models locked in on a Jersey Shore landfall. This was going to be something we've never seen before. Now, across the street at his Ocean Avenue home, amateur photographer Bill McKim stocked up on batteries and SD cards for his cameras. He was getting ready to document nature's fury.
It's just zombies, just people walking around, stunned. And I went up onto my deck, took out my camera, was thrilled that my house was still standing, and said, I'm going to take some photos of this because this is just unbelievable what has happened.
Bill started documenting the storm during the first high tide, and it was clear this was not going to be anything he's ever seen in his lifetime. Waves came up to the boardwalk 12 hours before the devastating high tide later that day, which matched the arrival of the storm surge during a full moon. He left his Ocean Avenue home but came back the next morning to this. Bill tells me it was important for him to document before and after the storm because Belmar would never look the same again. And Bill tells me one of the most powerful memories he has is a couple days after the storm, then Mayor Matt Doherty stood on his front lawn overlooking the devastation up and down the 1.3 miles of boardwalk and beachfront here in Belmar. He looked at Bill and he said, in 6 months from now, in time for the next Memorial Day weekend holiday, we're going to have a brand new boardwalk. And Belmar did just that. Now, coming up a little bit later, we have a piece of audio that has not been heard in 10 years. It's the final warning Mayor Doherty sent out to all the residents of Belmar, telling them for the first time in Belmar's history, they are now under a mandatory evacuation. That and more stories from survivors coming up next. We're in Belmar, Monmouth County. Jim Murdoch, News 12, New Jersey.